What's the best way to ask for a raise or for an advancement in a role?
The reality is, many people, if you're listening to this, there's a good chance you might be leaving money on the table. And that's because we don't know how to ask for our worth. Now, there's other people that have an overinflated value of their work.
Sure.
But there's many of us that are accepting compensation that's less than we could. And sometimes, truth be told, and I can say this as a business owner of 25 years now, and I've had really now thousands of employees, is sometimes you just lose track as an employer. And I know that's not cool, but that's reality. So what are the steps that you can follow? You go to your boss and you say, I would like to have a conversation with you. Specifically, I would like to talk to you about my compensation, but I want to do this when you have time. And I've prepared some things for us to look at together because I've thought a lot about this. Can we take the time to set up a meeting to have that conversation? Now, notice what I didn't do there. I didn't say, can we talk about my comp right now? You see, you're setting yourself up for failure. So one of the reasons why conversations in the workplace go wrong is we catch people off guard.
I was going to ask that because I feel like sometimes being direct is the best method, but it sounds like in this instant, it might be too direct.
So it's relative. The way we were direct there was by saying, I'd like to have a conversation with you. Specifically, I'd like to discuss my compensation. I'm not being indirect. I'm not saying, hey, can we have maybe a meeting sometime and I was wanting to catch up with you. See, that's a little bit annoying actually. You'll be much more respected as a employee, as a team member, if you come right out and say, I would like to meet with you. Specifically, I would like to discuss compensation. Now, notice what I also did, but I want to do it in the right time when you have enough time because I have prepared a few things for us to look at together. Now, all of a sudden, the stakes have been raised because you as a leader can tell, oh, he has invested or she has invested their time and they're not just being flippant. You see, oftentimes people disregard what we're asking for because they think we're just flippantly asking for more compensation. And so it's key that you show that you've thought about this and you've prepared for it. And just by setting up an actual meeting and then going into it, now you're going to be dramatically more effective and the person already is going to have time to think about it. And that's a good thing. You don't want them just to be thrown off. Give them a moment too. It's mutually respectful for the both of you. Right. Put your chips on the table. Show the serious nature. Show the reverence by which you're approaching this particular meeting. Now, when you have this meeting, here's what I would suggest. That you go to the person and the first thing you say is, obviously, I wanted to meet with you today to discuss compensation. Now, I've prepared something to show you in terms of what I feel my worth is to the company. I'm going to share that with you. But before I do that, I wanted to know your honest and frank assessment of where I am and my value to the company. I want you to know that you can tell me the good, the bad, and the ugly because I'm here for it. I'm ready to receive that from you as a gift.
Wow.
You as a boss, Alex, would you want to give me a raise just by hearing me say that? At this point, you're looking for reasons to give me a raise because you know I've thought so much about it and I'm giving you full permission. You see, it's hard to give someone a raise if they aren't self-aware, if they don't know some of the things they're doing wrong. And so it's totally fine for you to go to the boss and say, I want you to tell me exactly where you think I am, what you feel like my value is to the company. And I'm going to receive it as a gift. Now, just by saying, I am going to receive it as a gift, that's what we call a vanguard. That's getting in front of a fear that they would have of being honest with you. So by saying, I want you to be open, honest, I'm going to receive this as a gift. Now they're going to have a chance to share. Now you can show your pitch, right? Mm-hmm. After that, you can explain your value. And then once you've explained your value, once again, what you do in that moment is you say, just like this, do you agree or disagree with what I just showed you? Ask it as a choice. Did you hear that? Because by doing that, you're now forcing them in a positive way to actually take a stand. Not be wishy-washy. A lot of managers are weak with feedback, just like you might be weak in asking for it. If you follow these steps, in fact, if you do what I'm telling you right now, people are going to come to you and say, come to think of it, the way you're handling this, you might be the right person for this XYZ promotion. The amount of ex-team members that I've taught these skills to that have come to me and said, I just blew through advancements and promotions because I knew these interpersonal skills. I had these abilities that no one else on the team seemed to have. I was able to connect in a way that nobody could connect. And I want you to connect and I want you to get a raise. And if you follow what I just explained to you, I can tell you right now, you're going to get a lot of raises in your life.